Hey everyone, welcome to the Beyond All Clouds series. Amit will talk about the second chapter, Have a Big Dream. Here, you not only talk about one dream or one big problem, you talk about four big problems, and that's a lot to take on. I would I come from a perspective that like it's enough to if you're able to solve one big problem in your lifetime, but you talk about four major problems that exist. And I think let's start with the first one. That's the attribution problem.
Yeah, I think that, I talk about four apparent problems, but I think they're all just one big problem. So by solving that one problem, we are able to affect many, many, many aspects of the effects, of that core problem. So that's how something like this can be achieved, which is to, go to the basics, go to the fundamentals and see where the real problem is and solve it at the root cause rather than trying to solve it at a level that's, not at the very root cause, which then is not a real solution and doesn't actually have the impact it should have if the original problem were to be solved. So that's what this is, right? So I think the four problems starting with the talk about the attribution problem is really also the walled garden is the walled garden problem, right? Like on the internet, how every platform is hiding data from others about and in particular not even others, they're hiding data from their own users, right? Which is the real challenge of it, which is that I don't know what my Facebook activity has resulted in. I'm a Facebook user. I don't know how much money was made, for example, from my activity by anybody, not just Facebook. I'd love to know if I'm involved in something, then what's happening with that something. And today that's not possible to be, that information is hidden from users, and then user data is then monetized by the platforms.
Yeah.
And because of this problem, you cannot, get a holistic view of the user activity. Let's say you're a brand and you're on all channels, on TikTok and on, Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and all the different places. You cannot get a unified view of the customer because it's totally broken. The data is all over and they don't even share the data, for the most part. So to build a unified view of your own business is not possible on the internet if you're also on other people's platforms, right? Which you have to be because you're a multi-channel, omni-channel business. So that's the problem. This is the attribution problem. Means how do I know what is happening in my business, right? And when I say what is happening, I need to know like, oh, somebody's doing something, right? Kritika did this or somebody else did that, right? If you don't have these events, who did what, then how can you construct the whole, view of your business, right? And now if that's what these people are hiding. They're hiding the data of what everyone in my network, let's say, if I have a network of 100 people, a community, and we are on Facebook and Instagram and, TikTok and Twitter, these people aren't about to come to me and say, hey, here's all the data with all the, deduplicated user IDs across these platforms. Let us all share and figure out for you. So you can, as a community manager, understand everything that's going on in your members. They don't want that. They want to monetize your members' activity on their platforms. Right? They call it a community building. So some platforms, of course, are expressly built for the purpose of that. But the minute you touch Facebook and any of these other big platforms, they are monetizing your data. That's their business model, right? So these walled gardens, which is actually one more of the way in which this is described, is the same problem. The walled garden problem or the big tech platform problem or the platform economy problem or whatever it is that only. A restaurant does not get the data it needs from DoorDash, believe it or not. It's astonishing to me, that a restaurant is not given the customer information from DoorDash.
Actually.
Or from any of the delivery services because, they just send the driver, they pick it up. It's like a, whatever it is, the code or whatever they have, the name. And, It's hidden data. They don't pass on any way to contact the customer, or any of those CRM details are not available. So there's a lot of this, which is really just highway robbery in a lot of ways, to charge 30% for something like that. And so that's part of the problem we're solving, which is how do we build a more open internet that allow people to not pay these ridiculously egregious fees just for connectivity. What are they doing on Facebook other than connecting people? It says they connect people. That's about all they do. Why would you charge anything on that particular kind of model? And so they say it's free, but it's not free. That's not the type of free we mean. Free as in Facebook is not a good free.
Yeah. I think that leads to the second problem as well, that the monetization for content creators. And as you mentioned, this is sort of the root of all the four big problems. And now I can see that this also connects to, if they don't have data, it's difficult for them, for content creators or like gig economy people, to actually monetize what they're doing.
That's right. They don't have an impact measurement mechanism for which they can go and say, hey, I generated this much impact. You can give me a part of it, right? That measurement is not there, and definitely not there for the majority of people. I mean, even if some people try to figure it out, right? So that's what it is. I mean, in the end, this whole, by the way, the beyond all clouds and the dream and everything has to do with the clouds and the dream about going beyond these clouds, right? What are these clouds? Like Facebook and Google and all these clouds, right? That's what they call them, cloud-based, apps. So what is beyond the cloud is the actual internet, which connects these clouds, right?
Yes.
So the actual internet already connects everybody, right? You have the same internet in India. I have the same internet here, even though it's different places. There is absolutely no difference in the internet.
Yeah.
Right. So how come we are not interoperable and interconnected on functions that we can work on together, for example, right? A business like Safeway, which is a grocery store and has a mileage program or whatever, rewards program, you have points on this. Let's say you're in the airport and you want to book a flight with JetBlue, which is an airline, right? Both businesses are modern, technology aware, internet connected businesses, but they don't talk to each other. They have no idea what that means, right? What talk to each other? What does that mean? Like, what do you mean talk to each other, right? They have no concept of interconnectivity.
That, like,
whereas you're on the same internet. How come the same internet can service both those types of, businesses without any problem?
Yeah, but they're separate worlds. They're
separate worlds, right?
They behave as separate worlds.
Yeah, imagine a world where that's not the case. Even blockchain people, you build everything in Ethereum, that's different from Solana, that's different from Hyperledger or whatever, right? So it's not the same. The inter-networking capability of the open internet has no meaning unless it does something. It has to do something. It's not doing anything today. Open internet, you come and join a network. That doesn't mean it's compatible with other networks. The internet itself doesn't do anything other than provide you the ground on which to build something, but it doesn't provide you any interconnectivity in terms of plumbing, data sharing, all the financial fintech, pieces that you need as a business, marketing and sales engines, deduplication of identities and identity KYC and all the basic stuff that any internet business needs to do.
It's not it's not, the interconnectivity is not there. People behave as in they are from different worlds. Everything has its own boundaries, has its own things, and it makes it difficult for the businesses who are actually operating to get as you said, a holistic picture, a whole picture of what is going on with the users, what is going on in the entire value creation chain. That's a big thing to solve for. And I would want readers to actually go and read the chapter for the rest of the two things. They're also connected to the same line of thought. And it's good. I mean, like, I have read the chapter, and these four problems which account to one major root cause, are actually impacting everybody in all the way that you can think of.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is not delivering its full promise. That's a pretty, obvious and clear problem statement, right? These big tech companies these means they're, my cousins, right? They're all cousins of ours. We are all on Facebook. We're all on LinkedIn. We should consider them family. We're all on the same internet. So some family members of the internet are not behaving properly. They're behaving like bullies in the playground.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody should play in the playground normally, and with equal, I should say opportunity, not equality, in the sense that people are unique. They're all unique. They're also, equally unique. So to say they're the same is not true. But I think you should have an open access to commons. Things like the internet and air and water and things like that. And so that's all this is. If you can give people real access to the resources out there, then I think things can really change for the better on their own, because this is a self-organizing principle.
Yes. Thanks, Amit. It has been amazing to actually look at things from the beginning as we go along with the book. I think it also reflects, or it also resonates with how Awake has been, the journey of Awake has been, or journey of ShopType has been. And it's fun to actually look back and discuss on things, how it started, what's the base or the root problem that we are solving. Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's fun. Thank you.